Welcome to my review of the Jacques, a French knife dedicated to the famous Way of St. James. Jacques, St. James, these are the French and English names for the same saint. The Way of St. James is one of the oldest and most important Christian pilgrimages, with Santiago de Compostela, Spain, as the final destination. Tradition has it that the remains of the saint are buried in the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela. There are 4 historical routes of St. James in France. The most famous one is called Via Podiensis, which is Latin. People choose to hike this long-distance trail for different reasons. Some are inspired by an interest in culture, others do it out of a spiritual conviction, yet others love the chance of adventure or approach it as a personal challenge. There is one particular feature of this knife which refers to the overall St. James theme. It's the scallop shell, which forms the head of the spring. Just on a side note, the spring and the scallop are forged from one piece of steel, which is always a sign of quality. The scallop shell is the traditional emblem of James and is popular with pilgrims on the Way of St. James. Medieval Christians making the pilgrimage to the Apostles' Shrine often wore a scallop shell symbol on their hat or clothes. With its elegant and slender design, the Jacques is without any doubt a typical French knife. The overall shape resembles the famous Layol knife. The creative head behind Le Jacques is Madame Laure Paluy, who came up with the idea for this knife. The knife itself is manufactured by the French artisan knife maker Renaud Aubry, whose name should ring a bell with you. A while ago I introduced you to 2 Renaud Aubry knives, La Navette and Le Vicomte. The marking on the blade of this knife, however, just says Le Jacques right next to the logo of a stylized donkey head. As of now, November 2015, the Jacques is only available from 2 websites in France and Germany. I hope other retailers of traditional French knives will add it to their portfolio of products in the future. As for the specs, the total length is 215 millimeters, the blade length is 100 millimeters, and the blade thickness is 3 millimeters. The weight comes in at 85 grams. These 2 samples come with pistachio and juniper wood. As you probably all know, juniper is a naturally fragrant wood with a delightful peppery smell. The Jacques is also available with olive wood, boxwood, walnut burl and chestnut. These handle materials were chosen because they are all local woods that can be found along the Way of St. James. The Jacques is a slip joint knife with a proven handle construction. There are 2 stainless steel liners, 2 nicely 3D contoured handle scales, and a pretty strong back spring. This knife will not accidentally close on you. Since the pivot is a pin with a brass ring, it would have been nice if they had also used pins instead of screws for the handle scales. But this is just a minor aesthetic complaint. The knife is well balanced and feels very comfortable in the hand. As for the blade, it features a yataghan blade shape. The blade is full flat ground and comes with a satin finish. The blade steel is the well-proven Swedish steel 14C28N. A decent steel for this type of knife. It holds its edge well and is easy to resharpen. Please note there is no nail nick, but there is enough blade exposed to use a simple pinch grip opening. As I already mentioned, there is only one marking on the blade. The donkey head, by the way, also refers to the St. James theme. In the Middle Ages, not all pilgrims traveled by foot. Some also traveled on horseback or by donkey. And even nowadays, you can rent a donkey if you want to try this experience yourself. Finally, let's take a look at the 2 leather pouches which you can buy as an extra. The pouches are made in France as well and come in 2 different shapes. This one is a simple slip pouch. The other one comes with a snap fastener flap and a belt loop, either for vertical or horizontal carry. The St. Jacques makes for a great addition to any knife collection, even if you never do the hike along the way of St. James. However, should you ever plan to hike this trail, this knife should be your companion. It's well made, fairly lightweight, and very enjoyable to use. I hope you enjoyed my review. Thanks for watching.